And here we are at the first decal ceremony. Going with the Astrogator. I probably should have used just a little more water on this. So I'm going to give this 30 seconds or so. So that's good and loose. Generally this side is going to be to the back of the main viewport. So we'll start off back here. What's going to be the best way to do this? This is a really long decal. There we go. Alright. Very delicate decal as well. Alright. I should have prepared the area with the solval set before I started.
So in the last video you may recall that I kind of screwed up this decal. There are two domes, one of them goes on the top of the ship, the other one goes on the bottom. This one with the notches is supposed to go on, no, this one doesn't have notches. The one with the notches on the little bottom is supposed to go on the top of the ship, but that fits this perfectly. This also fits the top well, but it's a really tight fit here. And in this case, because I screwed up the decal, I was able to get a copy of the decal and printed this out at, I don't know, 600 DPI, something like that. The details are a little fuzzier than the original decal, and they always will be because of the way this was printed. But it's certainly legible enough. So I'm going to go use the paper cutter to cut this into a nice strip, and then we're going to put it in here, and this piece is done. So I was just mentioning that there were two different domes in this kit. One with tabs, or notches as I was calling them, and one without. The one without is the one that is supposed to go here, but it's a very tight fit around the edges. Uncomfortably so. Whereas this one has a really nice smooth fit. However, these tabs get in the way. But if you look over at this piece, there are no slots for these tabs anywhere. So it's going to sit above, and that's kind of useless. Oh, wait a second. Let's look on the inside. Hey, this one here has a fairly decent fit. It's not perfect. You might be able to wedge it on if you really want. Whereas this one here does fit perfectly, except for those tabs. So either way, these are getting cut off, and they're getting cut off right now. Or maybe they don't want to. Definitely don't want to snap them off. There isn't going to be any point in trying to cut them with the scissors, but maybe I can at least give it a try. That's pretty close. Much closer than I would have thought. And with less damage than I was expecting. So now, yeah, that shaves down really nicely right there. So again, this one does fit that dome really, really nicely. Even with my extra paper decal down there. Whereas this one with the extra paper decal does not fit anymore. So I'm going to do a little switcheroo here, I think. And the Astrogator is done. But maybe I should try and notch this guy down a little further. And by doing that, I'll have to cut a little of this off, like that. It still doesn't want to jam down there too far. I do have a hole cut all the way through there, so it's not that blocking it. Or at least it shouldn't be. Well, that's a better fit. And there we go. The Astrogator is done. Which is to say, almost done. I want to raise this band just ever so slightly so it cusps the top of the ledge a little better. I may as well tack this down with a little micro crystal clear. I don't want to put it seriously down, I just don't want it rattling around if it gets loose. So I'm just going to put this little bits of dab there, here and there, to hold it down. Who knows, maybe I'll want to change places with them later on down the road. Astrogator, done. This is going to be one of the last pieces to go on the model, so it's going back in the plastic bag. And that is that.